All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready to dive in. Today we're tackling CEPH.
CEPH.
It's a big one, right?
Yeah.
Distributed storage system, kind of the backbone of a lot of big data operations. Might sound a little, I don't know, technical at first,
It can seem that way, yeah.
but think of it this way. What if you could get to any data, anywhere, crazy fast, and not even worry about losing it? Like, if part of the system crashes, your data's still there. That's what CEPH's all about.
It's about peace of mind, really. Like you said, data's everywhere these days, so knowing it's safe and accessible, that's huge.
Absolutely. So let's break down how CEPH actually pulls this off.
You know what it reminds me of? A city, a well-organized one.
Okay, I'm listening.
So you've got the foundation, right? That's Rados, the ground the city's built on. Then there's these neighborhoods. Think of those as the OSD daemons.
OSD daemon.
Yeah, they manage where the data actually lives. And they're smart about it, making copies across different devices. So one hard drive goes down, no sweat. The data's still safe in another neighborhood.
Built-in redundancy? Love it.
Exactly. Then you need someone to keep track of all this, right? That's where the monitors come in. They're like the city planners, making sure everything's running smoothly, everything's in sync.
Keeping an eye on things 24/7.
You got it. And we can't forget the metadata servers. Now, they're like the librarians, meticulously cataloging everything so you can find the exact piece of data you need in this massive data city.
Okay, I'm following you. So we've got the city, it's organized, data's safe. But how do we actually get to it? What's the access point?
Think of it like this. You need a way to enter the city, right? That's the Rados gateway. It's how we interact with CEPH, especially when we're talking about cloud services, like a universal translator, making sure everyone speaks the same language.
So it bridges the gap between our world and this CEPH city.
Precisely.
This is already super cool, but let's talk about the data protection itself. What's CEPH doing that's different?
Well, it's not just about storing data, right? It's about making sure it's safe. CEPH has two main ways of doing that: replication and erasure coding. Think of replication as making backup copies of your important files. If one goes down, you've got others ready to go.
Makes sense. A safety net.
Exactly. Now, erasure coding is even more interesting. Imagine breaking down your data into smaller pieces, adding some extra redundancy, then scattering those pieces across different locations. Even if you lose a few, you can still rebuild the whole thing.
Like a jigsaw puzzle, spread out for safety.
You got it. That's why CEPH is known for being so resilient. It anticipates problems and has solutions ready.
It's like it's always one step ahead. And that leads us to another thing, right? People might be used to old school storage, but CEPH offers different ways to interact with your data.
Right. We've got options depending on your needs. There's CEPH-FS, which is like your computer's file system, but powered by CEPH. So it's got that scalability and resilience built in.
So familiar but supercharged.
Exactly. Then there's RBD, which is specifically designed for virtual machines. So if you're running a data center, lots of virtual environments, RBD is your friend.
Got it. And then there's object storage. Right. That's where the Rados gateway comes back in.
You got it. Object storage lets you use CEPH with popular cloud services. It's flexible, speaks everyone's language.
Okay, this is all amazing, but I gotta ask, there's gotta be some downsides, right? Nothing's perfect.
You're right, there's always trade-offs. Setting up CEPH, it can be tricky, especially if you're not already familiar with this kind of technology.
Yeah.
And you do need a fair bit of hardware to really get the most out of it.
So not exactly a DIY project for your home computer.
Probably not. But for organizations dealing with massive amounts of data, needing top-notch performance, the benefits definitely outweigh those challenges.
Especially since businesses are only dealing with more and more data these days.
It's only growing, and that's where CEPH really shines. It can scale with you. Need more storage? No problem. You can just add more hardware without shutting everything down. No drama.
Built for the future.
Exactly. And that brings up a bigger point, doesn't it? We're in a data-driven world, and systems like CEPH, they're not just nice to have anymore, they're essential.
Absolutely. I mean, the amount of data being generated is mind-blowing, and it's not slowing down anytime soon.
Nope. CEPH can handle it, keep it safe, make it accessible. It's going to be a big part of how we deal with all this data going forward.
The unsung hero of the data storage world.
Maybe so. And who knows, right? As technology keeps advancing, who knows what other industries CEPH might end up shaping? It's exciting to think about.
Definitely something to ponder. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everybody.